Monkey Trouble, Man on Fire, later for the date than the Hadron Collider. Reading chapter 24 of the Bakemonogatari adaptation. The story of Kanbaru Sugura. We see her here on the basketball court, where she is, of course, the ace of the school. Pretty cool. Pretty remarkable person to be bumming around with our loser of an MC. Here we see her with two normal-looking arms, two totally human arms. Leaps. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Flying over flowers. Some of these, of course, are lilies, and others are birds of paradise. Two things that are apt descriptors of her personality. In the back, though, the wilderness, the primeval jungle, where old world apes still hoot and swing from tree to tree, unleashing tyrannical violence upon the weaker members of their groups. And here she is flying between them, reaching up to some canopy. But which one will it be? Her long-awaited love life, or the release of all of her pent-up frustrations and anger? Ooh, I love this series so much. She dunks it. Steadfast ace since year one and is currently the captain. Fighting in Japanese is Ganbaru. Oh, but it's not. Ganbaru isn't really fighting. Okay, whatever. The same as the name. Kanbaru. Sure. Comes to sports where no means strong. Help of just one person, that very puny basketball club suddenly rose to the champion's heat of national constituency. That feat. And a huge flood of media rushes in after every match. Look how famous she is. Reporters. Basketball isn't some naive sports where a single person's effort can win the game. I admit that I stand out in terms of position, but ultimately it's thanks to everyone's effort that we win. Wow, what a lovely person. Upbeat and free-hearted characteristics of hers is liked by everyone. All the praises I shower in should be split among my teammates equally. How nice. How nice. What a wonderful person. A superhuman, for sure. If you want to know the menu Kanbaru had for breakfast, go and ask that group over there. The fan club. Surrounded by admirers. Every single move she makes attracts everyone's attention and becomes rumors. Exactly what I call an extreme celebrity. Now, I was totally unrelated to it, knew about those rumors surrounding my Kohai who was 1 year younger. So it was just one-sided. Never come close to her within a 5-meter radius, not even a 30-meter radius, or 50-meter radius. So, what all changed? Completely different world than mine. Completely different human species. Still trying to figure out how he can hide the vampire bites so conspicuously on his neck. This is when he decides to grow out his hair. Why don't you know anything about me? Or so I thought. Totally convinced that'd be the case. But then, in kind of an insane inversion of the first fated encounter in the entire series, of course that being Araragi catching the falling Senjogahara as she slips from a banana peel. Here we have Kanbaru voluntarily leaping in the air, crashing down near Senpai. What a coincidence, Araragi-senpai. Nowhere Kanbaru started a conversation with me. Talked in a calm and composed way as if we should have been a couple intimate old friends. Stalking him. Why is she stalking him? She already knew about it, huh? Sasuga Araragi-senpai. She did everything a novice like me does. Doesn't it feel awkward and embarrassed, but I truly admire you. Ha 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 ha. Are you trying to figure out what the hell is going on? Day after day, she keeps following me when I try to run and hide from her with all my might. Like I hate her or anything. Dropout like me has nothing to say to the school's hero. I suck at this kind of thing. Philip Marlowe. Who's Philip Marlowe? Oh, he was in The Big Sleep. I see. This kind of detective character. From Raymond Chandler. Sure, sure. She's pulling quite a face here. Captain of the basketball team national constituency, after all. Main detective animation. Arm is like this at the moment. She has the bandages on now. During spring training, he supposes, she injured herself and can no longer play. I already know what you're trying to do, Araragi-senpai. As I expected, you're trying to test my qualities as a captain, aren't you? What? What? Oh my god. She just goes off. Alright, it's not worth summarizing what's going on here. Thank you so much to Hattiagram Scans. Hattigaram Scans. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thank you. This looks like it was a huge thing to translate. Having her just ramble on for an entire paragraph with no consequence, the entire thrust of which is just her insanely over-the-top admiration and worshipping of Araragi-senpai. Don't be laughing at it if I'm the reason why the basketball team becomes weaker. Yeah. He knows that he's on the outer edge now of something that has a much larger relevance to a much larger group of people than really anything else he's dealt with. Like, he's dealt with much more grave situations, much more dangerous situations, of course, than having some over-enthusiastic kohai stalking him. But not one that would lead to the school's #1 celebrity, disappointing everyone, their team failing at the nationals. These are things that would piss off thousands of people directly at him. Some vampire running rampant. That's not really his problem past a certain point. At least not in a way that everyone that he has to go to school with every day would know. This is brutal. Oh my god, she's still at it. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my god. The bravery you never had is burning fiercely inside of you. I feel like I could do anything right now. Boy, oh boy. What do you want from me today? What do you thought of the political situation in Russia on this morning's news? Yeah, she had no idea. She had no idea what she was going to ask him once she got this far. And then she got this far. And she still had no idea. What a great character. Alright, so I'm curious if there's anyone watching this that hasn't already watched the anime or read the light novels. What do you think is going on here? I kind of gave a hint earlier, but it feels like so cliche, right? Like, it feels like a cliched happening in a light novel, that such a remarkable girl would just, for no reason whatsoever, become totally infatuated and obsessed with the MC. And that her determination to do so, her determination to make a connection with him, would be so strong that it would overpower the logic of the situation, such that even though he keeps protesting, even though he keeps running away and saying, we really have nothing to do with each other, this can only be bad for everyone involved, she's pressing further and further and further to just kind of overpower that gulf of comprehension, right? So I would forgive anyone if they thought this was actually the totality of the story, but there is a twist. There is a reason that she's doing this, and I think it's actually very interesting and very well executed, in that it suddenly takes such an absurd story and gives it a tinge of tragedy. Gives it like, well, you'll see. But I wonder, can you see already? Oh my god, she just doesn't stop. Sorry for saying something inconsiderate without knowing my place. I'm truly sorry. Postpone this conversation to tomorrow instead? My shallow statement seriously, like, alright, senpai. You didn't breathe a word with a display of liberal response. This is what we call a capricious mind. Once again, I found another thing that I like about you, Araragi senpai. Oh, she's so great. No need to thank me. It's my honest feeling. See you later, Kanbaru. Wait a minute. Did you notice anything strange today? Not really. Exams are coming, so I guess I'm a bit stressed. Slow study group after going home. Tutoring. Fall behind. Someone in my class with good grades, so I got her to give me one-on-one tutoring. Ah, it's Senjo Gahara senpai, right? Look at the hand. Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, that's so good. The subtlety of how it's brought up is just kind of roundabout, where he feels a little awkward that she's asking him this question about, did you notice anything different? So he's like, well, you know, I'm a little stressed because I'm studying super hard for my exams. And then getting home tutoring, someone in my class with really good grades. It's Senjo Gahara senpai, right? Talking about someone in class with good grades. It has to be no one but Senjo Gahara senpai. Am I right? And this is just it though. Hanekawa is also in their grade. Hanekawa is also in their class. Hanekawa has much higher grades than Senjo Gahara. So clearly something is very much intended by this. Ganbare. Should have noted down every single word of Kanbaru's stupendous vocabulary. There's definitely a few things out of place being forced into them. Do I have to go back and reread all those? Let's skim through them and see if there's anything that seems weird. I don't know. Don't know. Talking about, oh, okay, so it's just this that he catches. Talking about someone extremely famous in good grades in her class, the first person that comes to mind isn't Senjo Gahara. Be Hanekawa. Absolute and overwhelming #1 position. Why did all of a sudden Senjo Gahara's name come out first? I asked Hanekawa about it, but the relationship between Senjo Gahara and Kanbaru. Based on the rumors, at the very least, those two definitely had a considerably intimate relationship with each other. So people called them the Valhalla combo. Very cold of her, should I say. Kanbaru Sura has been lying to me since the beginning in order to get closer to me. Ooh. And here, of course, we see the big reveal, which I think probably was obvious to most people as soon as they saw the bandaged arm and remembered the big monkey arm. But the strange character in the raincoat that attacked Araragi senpai is, of course, his beloved Kohai Kanbaru. Why? Why is she like this? Why is her arm bandaged up like this? How did she get that ape arm in the first place? Many mysteries that we will have to find out. Never! We are officially dropping this amazing series. It'll be localized by Kodansha Commons. It will be released in October 2019. No! Oh no! Well, that's awesome that there is an official localization. That's pretty cool. I hope everyone buys it. I'd like to buy it. I'd like to reread the series a lot. It's great. But I also really like talking about the series on YouTube, and that's very difficult to do if I'm just working from a physical copy. But there are other chapters released after this, so it looks like another group took up the mantle. Yep, another group has started right away on chapter 25. So shall we. Okay, that's all for now. Bye-bye.